have a strategy for mental health. It's just come about because of us, our eyes and ears telling us that this is of deep concern and we need to be on it. I guess I'm well aware that over the last few years, people's mental health states have seemed to me to become that much more fragile. And so I was obviously concerned about that, but wanted to look in a little more depth at what might be going on for people. The training came just before COVID actually, so I was plunged straight into COVID after the training, and of course church life was very stop-starty. It was helpful for me on a personal level because I was more able to recognise those symptoms of trauma, anxiety, depression, mildly yes, but nevertheless I was able to acknowledge in myself some of those slight, what should we say, threads weaving through my mental health, and was able to identify it more quickly perhaps in others. And so I think it was what spurred me into having a conversation with the church when we came to re-look at our mission action plan here at St Marys. And we recognised that the context in which we now operate as a faith community is very different to a few years ago, and that right at the forefront of our mission action plan has to be something around spirituality and mental health. Since COVID, I think there is much more of a genuine openness amongst people about their mental health. And I think that's a major shift that this pandemic has produced. That's probably one of the very few positive things, that we're engaging at a human level with more honesty and authenticity more quickly. One of our younger members in the group was very articulate in the way he expressed what his generation is going through at the moment. And he was pleading for the church to take seriously the need for safe spaces in our communities where people can just begin to trust each other again and know that it's okay how they're feeling, and to know that there are people who will listen to them without judging them, and perhaps be a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, to use a cliche. And so we listened to him expressing it very poignantly, and as a trustee board we have now built into our mission action plan to train a group of people from St Marys in mental health first aid, because what we want to do, as well as create a culture of what we like to call radical empathy, which sounds a bit posy, but we know what we mean by it. So as well as creating that culture, we also want to have a few people who are very specifically trained up in mental health issues and can spot what's possibly happening for people, and we're about to get it signed off, and then of course it will become the very fabric of our church life.